You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Turkish Football and Turkish Super Lig podcast. Next 15 minutes, we'll talk about the Turkish national team disaster, 2 matches, and then we'll also preview upcoming weekend, which is week 8, starting on Saturday. So stay tuned for those. But first, what a shocking news to start with Turkish national team. It was shocking the first match when Turkish national team at home tied with Luxembourg 3-3. Even though with that tie, because they were in the first place in Nations League C group 1 with 13 points, that a draw helped them. Actually, if they would have lost that match, they probably weren't going to be claimed the first top spot. So with that drawing in the first match against Luxembourg 3-3, that made Turkish national team to advance to move up to a group, actually National League B. So they will be playing in the National League B after finishing this group. But the sad part and shocking part of the second part of the national team matches, it was on Sunday. And against Faroe Islands, this tiny little country with 50,000 people, Turkish national team has lost the match against Faroe Islands. They are 125th in the FIFA standings. Now, you have all these young players that plays on the Turkish national team, that plays, most of them plays in the European teams. It is a shame for Turkish national team to have that score, shocking score against Faroe Islands. This is the worst defeat in Turkey's last 25 years. That is why right now Turkish national team in the recent FIFA rankings, they're in the 42nd place. 20 years ago, in the World Cup 2002, when Turkey was the 3rd team in the world, and after 20 years, many coaches passed, many players passed, with no vision, no system, Turkish national team in 20 years dropped down 40 steps in the FIFA rankings. This is very bad, and this is very shameful. For all these players are earning big time money. For all these coaches, they think they're the superstar. They're the only thing in the world that they are the coaches. Making millions. Look where the Turkish national team is standing right now. And look at the shocking disaster score that Turkish national team just got this past Sunday against Faroe Islands, losing 2-1. Shame on you, Turkish Football Federation. Shame on you, Turkish coaches. Shame on you, Turkish soccer players, football players. I am so frustrated to see this score, and I don't want to even talk about Turkish national team anymore. As a matter of fact, I really don't want to talk about Turkish football anymore. I am that mad and sad. This is unbelievable. Unacceptable. You guys should be ashamed. The coach, I don't think you're going to blame this to Stefan Kuntz. The Stefan Kuntz is not the problem. It is the players. It is the TFF officials. Whoever's the managing the team. No system. This has been same way past 20 years. I've been telling you. One coach comes, one coach goes. Let me tell you this. In the past 20 years, we had almost 13 coaches that came and left. As a matter of fact, right now, Turkish media is pushing for resigning Stefan Kuntz to get out of the team. Most likely that's going to happen after these Nation League matches played. That's going to happen with the pressure from media. But that is not the problem. The problem with Turkish national team is what we call in Turkish altyapı, which is farm teams, the junior level teams, academy players. You don't have that. You don't have fields, not enough fields. All these professional teams, Galatasaray, Besiktas, Fenerbahce, Trabzonspor, they don't care about their junior teams. That is why they just canceled one lower division, the B Teams League, just recently. That, as long as you don't care about the youth levels, football, soccer in Turkey, you're going to see this many years to come. This coach is not the reason why we have these scores. You got to question these players that came from overseas. Some of them don't play in their team. They're in the Turkish national team. Because they're making big monies or whatever they did, they took lightly this Faroe Islands. It is shameful to lose against Faroe Islands with 50,000 population, a small country, to lose them, against them. It is very shameful. So, I don't care if they are advanced to a Nations League B, doesn't make any difference. Because right now, if you look at the FIFA rankings, Turkish national team is in 42nd place. It is shame. So far for a Turkish national team. I want to get back to week 8. I really don't want to talk about this weekend because I'm very sad. I am pissed off. And I will try to give you the week 8 little bit preview what's going to happen. But in the coming weekend, week 8, we got the derby match between Besiktas and Fenerbahce. And another very important match on Saturday, Adana Demirspor will host Galatasaray. So I'll give you these matches, but I after this Turkish national team disaster, I really don't want to talk about this Turkish Super Lig either. I am fed up with it because no matter what you do, try to promote Turkish football, but what you see, when you see a Turkish national team losing against Faroe Islands, I really don't want to talk about Turkish football. So week 8 will start on Saturday. There will be 4 matches. Kasımpaşa will be at home against Gaziantep. Kayserispor will be at home against Trabzonspor. Ankara Gücü will be at home against Başakşehir. And as I said a little while ago, Adana Demirspor will be at home against Galatasaray. Both of the teams has 16 points. And Adana Demirspor is in first place, and Galatasaray is in second place. This match should be a very good match. We'll see what happens. As long as, another topic we have, as long as Turkish referees, bad Turkish referees, awful Turkish referees don't interfere with these important matches. If they do, it's going to be a chaos coming up this weekend. On Sunday, there are 4 matches. Sivasspor will be at home against Hatayspor, and Alanyaspor will be hosting Giresunspor. Konyaspor will be at home against Ümraniye. And Besiktas-Fenerbahce match will be on Sunday. Besiktas will be at home. I think Besiktas has an advantage because of the fans, the 12th man. The stadium, Vodafone Park, will be filled with jam-packed with Besiktas fans. There won't be any Fenerbahce fans because Turkish Football Federation, another stupid rule, they decided not to have the Fenerbahce fans coming to Besiktas stadium. Why? Let them come. Let them enjoy the game. Why? Turkish Football Federation is still making these stupid rules. So Besiktas with 14 points and Fenerbahce with 13. It's a very important match, and it's also a derby match. On Monday, it will be Fatih Karagümrük against Istanbulspor. Two Istanbul teams will be going against. And in the week 8, Antalyaspor will have a bye. As you know, this year, every team will have a bye. I think in coming weeks, you will see Besiktas and Galatasaray will have bye too. So looking at the week 8, and very important 2 matches, as I said, Besiktas against Fenerbahce on Sunday, and Saturday, Adana Demirspor and Galatasaray match should be a dandy. The first one we'll see Saturday. Adana Demirspor will be hosting Galatasaray. If Icardi and all those Mata will play, it should be a very good match. As you know, Adana Demirspor has a lot of the former Galatasaray players. It should be very fun, and this match should be for first place in the event of a tie. And Adana Spor will make their point to 17, and they each teams will be at the 17 points. And if you look at Başakşehir with 14 points, Besiktas with 14, and Konyaspor with 14. Any of these teams winning their matches, they will also lead the first place because they will be at the 17 points too. So it is very tough weekend, week 8, and until the World Cup recess time, the league will go on full section, and next week, in the middle of the week, the Turkish teams will play in the European competition, and biggest match on Sunday, Besiktas. We don't know. Dele Alli will play. I think most likely he will play. And on the other hand, as you know, the former Besiktas player, Batshuayi, plays for Fenerbahce. To see these Premier League players playing against each other, the only thing that one handicap that Besiktas has is the goalie problem, because lately the Besiktas has goalie issues. We'll see what happens, but I think in this match the goalkeepers will be the difference. As far as also, if you look at the defense, Besiktas has a good defense, and the midfield, I think if you look at the midfield, I would think Fenerbahce has better midfields. And as far as the goalkeeper, it's toss-up. We'll see what happens. And it should be a good match. It should have been better match if they had Turkish Football Federation allowed the Fenerbahce fans come to the stadium, but did not happen. So this is it for Week 8 previewing it. And I think after Week 8 is done, if I feel like doing it, I will do another podcast after Week 8. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. My name is Ahmet Turgut. See you next time. Bye-bye.